Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Melina with me, Crafty Scrapper, on Instagram and here on YouTube. I am much better than the last video that I shot. I was feeling a little breathy and out of breath that day and still wasn't 100%. I would say that I'm still not 100% today, but lots better, and so is my family. The kids didn't have any reaction, no symptoms whatsoever, thank the Lord, and my husband is lots better. So we're all good. Taste and smell, we're still struggling a little bit with that, but we've got some of it back and we'll be able to overcome that surely. Eventually. I wanted to come to you today and show you the September kit from scrapbookingwithme.com. Now this is the boutique that I co-own with my mom, E, from Scrapbooking with Me Crafts here on YouTube. And I wanted to show you the kit and then share with you what I made with the kit. So this all came in this bag. You get the bag every month, and then all of this. Now I have taken the ephemera and stuff out of the little bag that it was in, so it doesn't come to you loose like this. It will be in a little bag. So I'll start with these little charms. You get patina looking leaf charm, one of those, and then you get a little bling charm, one of those. You get some Nuvo crystal drops, and I have used that. If you are unfamiliar with Nuvo, that is the kind of finish you get with this. This one is Antique Rose. Now, most of the kits will come with Antique Rose. Now, there might not have been enough for all of the kits that we have to mail out, and so our supplier might have sent a shade lighter or darker than this, but everybody gets a full-size Nuvo crystal drops in their September kit. You get a handful of ephemera, and all will be different, but it comes from this same collection. So here are the ephemera pieces. Pretty vintage ephemera. And then you get these little canvas kind of burlap looking tags. So fabric tags. Photo corners. Anybody remember those? This was a vintage feel kind of kit for September. And they're in a craft finish. Some ivory colored doilies, quite a few of those. A whole pack of lace trims. You have a thin one, a medium, and then a very wide one. I took that out of the pack so you could see the detail on that. Very pretty lace trims. And then here is the papers. So you've got kind of like a ledger and then postmarks. Some more distressed looking ledger. Map. Grid. And another beautiful map. Ooh, I like that. And then like a patina color And another map and some wording. That's probably my favorite. I like that. And then postcards. Oh, how pretty. This paper. Some like print ad. Ooh, that's pretty too. Oh my, y'all. This paper is so gorgeous. I love that. And then everybody gets one of the kit outlines, and it kind of tells you discount codes and things like that if you are a member of the e-club. That's what this is. I didn't mention that at the very beginning. Scrapbookingwithme.com monthly kit is called e-club. So you can go on the website scrapbookingwithme.com and sign up for e-club membership. This is some dot grid paper. So we were kind of putting it in your mind to do like a junk journal with this. And all the vintage stuff, it just screams junk journal. Then you have some aqua kind of patina looking paper to go with some of the patina that's in the kit. And then you have this is like a muted chocolate. So like a mocha looking color cardstock. Then you have these beautiful printables that you can cut out and add to your project. And then a piece of chipboard. Now, it's not heavy duty. It's pretty flexible, but it's a great piece of chipboard if you're going to be making a 3D project. So that is the September kit, e-club kit from scrapbookingwithme.com. And I will show you, like I did last month with the August kit, what I am making. I had quite a few people last month when I was showing what I had made, asking for a tutorial on that. And that is coming up on my YouTube channel. But with this project that I make with this, I'm going to show you how I made it also. So I know that you will like that and appreciate that. So stick around. Here is what I have made with this kit. And I'll show you how to make it and the dimensions, all of that you need. So here we go. Okay, so here we are. I am making a matchbook mini album. So that's what I'm making with the September kit from scrapbookingwithme.com. And I've already started on it, but never fear, I have the dimensions here, all the measurements, scores, cuts, all that. And what I wanted to, why I wanted to go ahead and start on it was because I didn't want this video to be super, super, super long and you to be bored. So I've already started on some of it with that chipboard piece that you get in the September kit. Now, I think there might be one September kit left. But go ahead and go over to the website and sign up for the e-kits because they're all wonderful every month. And Mom and I put videos up of how we use them and give you ideas. And, you know, you can either use our ideas or not. Go all on your own and do whatever you want to with the kits. They're not card specific. They're not mini album specific. You can make anything with them. But if we don't have any more of the September kits, you need to go ahead and sign up because, see, as of right now, we cut off sign-ups for the next month on the 15th. So as of right now, when you sign up, you won't get October, you'll get November because we've already had to order October, already getting that together and getting it ready to ship right now. So You need to sign up before the 15th to get the next month's kit. And you need to go sign up now. But here's what I'm making with the September kit. I've used that piece of chipboard. You have an 8.5 by 11 piece of chipboard in the September kit. I have cut it at 4.5 long. And here is that. I've cut it at 4.5 long. So you have a finished cut piece at 4.5 by 11. And then you are going to score it at 5.5 and 6. So I've put it on my handy dandy score pal. And I scored it at 5.5 and then I scored it at 6. Okay. So that's going to give you this shape here. Okay. Then you are going to take that piece that's left from this chipboard that you cut. You're going to turn it this way and you are going to cut it at 4.5 by 2. So 2 inches by 4.5 inches. And then you're also going to score this piece. So, I've already made my little cut marks. Now let me pick it up so I can actually see it with my grandma eyes. I'm not a grandma, y'all, but I sure am losing my up close sight. That is for sure. Okay, so I'm going to cut it at 4.5, and I know I have this, but this measurement and this measurement is just the teeniest of tiny off. So that's why I'm going by my little score mark that I've put on there, because I want to get it correct the first time. Okay, and then I'm going to cut it at 2, and there's my little mark. Okay, so you have this 4.5 by 2 inch piece, and then you are going to score this at 3/4. Okay. So you have a 4.5 by 2 inch piece, and you have scored it at 3/4. I'm going to go ahead and bend that, fold it, and this is what is going to go here to make your matchbook bottom. And so you're going to have that, and that's just going to be reinforced so nothing comes apart. Okay. And then we're also going to put a little half circle here so that when you put this down, you can put the half circle in there and it's going to stay really well. Okay. So that is the base of your matchbook mini album. Now, I'm going to be stapling when I get this adhered, and then I'm going to be putting these vellum sleeves. Now, these did not come in the September kit. This is the only thing that I'm using other than adhesive and my tools that didn't come in the September kit. Now, I'm using vellum. You can use regular copy paper. You can use envelopes, whatever you want to use. I wouldn't use cardstock just because you are going to be stapling these in and you want it pretty thin. And you want the staple to be able to hold up, you know? So I wouldn't use cardstock, but you know, copy paper, envelopes, vellum, anything thin like this. Those little glassine bags, those would be cute with this. If I had some of those, I would have used those. Okay, I'm going to be stapling, centering these up and stapling them with my little Tim Holtz attacher. Okay, they are open on both ends. You don't have to worry about closing them up on one end because you're going to be stapling them into this. Okay, so these little vellum envelopes that I have made are 4.5 by 8.5, and then you're going to use 1/2-inch score tape to put it together. Okay, so I've got 5 done, and I'm going to show you on this 6th one how I've been doing this. Okay, so these are completed after that you get the score tape on. They're 4 inches wide by 4.5 tall. Okay, so if you're doing envelopes, you know, you can cut them just perfect to that and just get them 4 inches wide and 4.5 tall. Open end on top and bottom. Okay, so here is that vellum sheet, and it is 4.5 tall by 8.5 wide. So these were 8.5 by 11 sheets of full vellum, and I cut them down to 4.5 by 8.5. Okay, that's all that is. Then I've been doing this. You can fold it exactly right if you want to. I'm not too particular on where the fold line is on the back, because once I get my stuff put in these little darling envelopes, it is not going to matter what the back side looks like. Okay, so I am folding it once, and then I'm folding it again, so there's a 1/2-inch overlay. Okay, now see, I'm not doing it in the middle. You can do it in the middle if you're a perfectionist, because Lord knows I can't be. I would probably love to be a perfectionist, but I can't be. Then you are going to put 1/2-inch score tape on the very edge of that fold. Okay, and then you're going to bring that fold over, make sure it's even. Okay, so there you go. I have 6 of these. Yep, 6 that I'm going to put into this little matchbook here. And if you're wondering why I made this shorter in the front and longer in the back, I wanted it to be good and reinforced on the back. And then, of course, if you have a longer piece of chipboard, you can make it one piece. But I still think that this is going to be reinforced a lot better. Okay, so that's why I did that. And you don't need such a big lip on the front, because you're going to be pulling this, you know, opening this back and forth and back and forth. And if you made the lip on the front as tall as the lip on the back, you're going to have to bend this chipboard to get it in and out, and I didn't want to do that. Okay, so that's why the front lip of this piece is shorter than that back lip. Okay, I am going to go ahead and decorate this chipboard, just the outside. I'll go ahead and do the inside too. I'm going to decorate outside and inside, and then I'm going to adhere this to the back, and then we'll put in the envelopes. Okay, I'm going to leave that there, so you can be looking at that if you want to. I find that most of my mini albums and stuff like that go along the lines of 4-inch somewhere. It's always like that. That's just an easy size for me to work with. I like that, but I think what I'm going to do is add this, and I'm going to do it and leave some. Yes, I'm going to leave a little bit of that craft chipboard as a mat, and I'm going to cover the outside with this cardstock. So I'm going to do a piece here, and then a piece there, and then a piece on the back, and go ahead and cover this also. And then I will adhere that to the back, and then we'll do more decorating after that. But I want to get my base decorating done. And I think I will do this on the inside. Yep. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do that. And I will just be cutting this at 4 3/8, just to give that 1/8 of an inch around. Okay, so this is 4 1/2. I'm just going to come down 1 hash mark from 4 1/2, 1/8 of an inch, with my cardstock here. So this front piece will be 4 7/8 by 4 3/8. So you cut your cardstock however you would like. I'm just doing that odd measurement just so that I have a little bit of the chipboard, the craft color showing on the edges. You can cover it completely, and if you do, you just go by the measurements that's already there. Okay, so I'm going to cut this up and put it on and do it on the inside, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have my blue color, my patina color, on the outside of my Matchbook album base. Okay, and I have adhered that small piece to the back, and I used, after I put all this is put on with score tape, just because I'm putting it on chipboard, I just wanted it to be able to stay really good. And after I put it on, I used my bone folder and made sure, you know, that it was on really good and burnished it really good. Okay. And I've decided I'm not going to put anything because I like the color of this chipboard. Y'all are going to think I'm goofy. Y'all get some thumbs down for that. I like the color of this chipboard, and I don't want to cover it up on the inside. So I'm good with how it looks on the inside. And now I'm going to put some notches in the tops of my vellum envelopes before I staple them in. Let me get, I'm over on my closet and getting my circle paper punch. And I'm thinking it needs to be the big one. This is a 1 1/4 and a 1 1/2 circle punch. And I'm thinking I want the big one. Let's see here. Yep, I want the big one. So 1.5 inch circle punch. And I'm going to get the centers marked on these. And I'm going to cut a 1/2 circle notch at the tops of each one. Okay, so of all the places, all the pins. Okay, let's see. So these are 4 inches wide. So the middle is 2 inches. So I'm going to mark the 2 inch spot. And then I'm going to go in there with my paper punch and do a little 1/2 circle. Okay. And then I am going to get one maybe that the ink is dry so it doesn't smear ink everywhere. And I'm just going to line it up, and I'm not going to go all the way to the halfway mark of the circle. Just go right below the 1/2 mark. Okay. And you're going to cut your little notch out. And every time I use this on vellum, it wants to stick on me. That's a very, very, very old Creative Memories paper punch. Okay, so there is the little notch out. You can see it a lot better that way. And I do not care about this right here because we're going to make little inserts for each one, and the only time you're going to see that is when the insert's out. I'm good with that. You can decorate these. I do want the fold on the back side though, so I need to turn that around. You can decorate these if you want to, so you don't see that. If you're going to use vellum, I'm not that particular. So that's how they're going to look. I've got 6 of them, so I'm going to punch the rest of them and be right back. Okay, so there are all of my little 1/2 circle notches cut out. And I'm pretty impressed with myself that they all look about exactly the right mark and as far down as I needed them to. Cool. I like that. Okay. So, what I have decided to do just to make sure that they stay in there really well, I'm going to use a piece of skinny score tape, this little 1/8 inch score tape, and I'm going to stick every one of them together just so that the bottoms stay together. So I'm going to 1/8 of an inch score tape the bottoms, and then I'll 1/8 of an inch score tape to the back of this, and then 1/8 of an inch score tape to the front of this. That way there's not too much stress on the staples when I put them in there. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Let's get this first one done here. Okay, I've turned it over. There's the fold on that side. And I'm just putting 1/8 of an inch score tape, my skinniest one I got. Okay. And I'm just going to line it up. With the one behind. Oh, sticky, sticky. Line it up with the one right behind it. Okay, that's all I'm doing. It's just got that one piece of 1/8 of an inch score tape on the bottom of it, okay? I'm going to do that to all of them and be right back. Okay, I've got them all together. And now I am going to take the 1/8 inch score tape off the back. And I'm going to line this up so I've got the same amount on both sides, like the edge here. Okay, and I'm not going all the way to this fold. I'm just going to the bottom of this piece. When I adhere that in there, and then I'm going to take off that 1/8 of an inch score tape, and I'm going to fold this over. Okay, so see, with it stuck like that, it should fold out like that. Isn't that cute? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my 3 staples in here just to secure that. And I'm going to put it right where that adhered to that. You don't want to go up too high. So right where that little edge is, where the bottoms of these are, that's where I'm going to put my staples. Okay, I'm going to go center. Okay. And then I'm going to go edge. Okay. And then I'm going to go edge again. Okay. So there are my staples, and they go all the way. I can feel the little pricks of them on the back. So I'm just going to fold those in as much as I can. Oh yeah, they're good. Okay, so this is how it's going to close. See there? I love that. Okay, I'm going to put a little half circle here just to help secure it, so when we start putting stuff in these envelopes, that it stays securely there. Okay, so I'm going to use that half circle again, and I'm going to use a piece of the leftover chipboard, and I do believe I will decorate this too, just to give it some dimension. All right, now this is going to be rough stuff right here, but I'm going to do the whole circle, And this is, again, that 1.5 inch circle. Woo! That was rough. Okay. And what I'm going to do is attach this with score tape and probably some liquid glue also. And then see, it's going to come down like this, and you just have to barely tug, and it'll go in there and stay more secure with that on there. Now, you need to do your circle just deep enough. See here, you don't want to go any deeper than that, because if you do, this won't go down far enough. If you have your circle more down this way, it's going to buck up on this. So you want to go ahead and put your circle where you want it here. And that's going to go all the way down to that staple. Okay, so that shows you where you want to put that circle on the back side of that. So what I'm going to do is put just a little piece, couple of little pieces of this 1/8 inch score tape on it here. Okay. And I'm going to press it. And then I'm going to pull it down just a touch. Just a touch more. Okay. All right, so when you go to close, that's helping you keep it secure there. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to put some liquid glue on the back side here, just to make sure it is secure. I'll let that dry and set for just a few minutes. All right, I need to set something. First off, I need to wipe the excess glue off. And I'm going to set that there. So it will set. Okay, now in our envelopes, you are going to make inserts for them. Now remember, our envelopes are 4 by 4.5, but you have that notch too. So I want to make mine, you've got a whole inch, I think. Is that an inch from the top? Yes, you have a whole inch from the top of your envelopes that you can have, you know, a little bit of hangover for your inserts. So I want to make mine, I'm thinking 3 3/4 wide, I think, by 4 3/4 tall. Let's see. Yep, let's just go ahead and cut that and see what it looks like. This pretty patina color out of the paper pad that you get in your September kit. Grandma needs some glasses. Oh my. Okay. And then find my other little notch over here. Okay. So, put this back in the flow. We have 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. We're good to take that off. And let's see what this looks like in here and what kind of adjustments we need to make. None whatsoever. It is lovely. It's lovely and wonderful. I love that. Yay. All right. So your inserts for your vellum envelopes. Inserts are 4 3/4 by 3 3/4 inches. So that's your inserts into the notched envelope or pocket, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So you could even do a little fluff on top of some kind, bling it up how you want to. That is cute. I like that. And then, you know, they kind of accordion out like that. I really like that. Now, you can decorate these envelopes up. These inserts to the envelopes up any way you would like. You can use some of the die cuts, whatever you would like. I am going to decorate mine up, and then I'll come back and show you how mine look. I really like that. Yep. And I'll come back and show you how mine look at the end. And if there are any extra little doodads and doolollies that I'm going to do after I'll decorate this and I'll decorate my inserts, I'll stop out and show you. But I think everything else is pretty self-explanatory. I'm thinking on the outside, I'm going to do a dolly and some of the lace trim and maybe a ticket, some lace trim around. Oh yeah. Yep. I think that's how I'm going to do it. All right. So I'm going to do decorating. Now that I've shown you how to do this matchbook mini album, I'll do my decorating, then I'll come back at the end and show you all of my decorating, how I finished it up, and then I'll give you some still shots at the end. So I'm going to go decorate now. I'll see y'all back in just a minute, okay? Okay, so here is my finished project with the September kit, and I have made a matchbook mini album. And I just showed you the dimensions, how the base comes together, how you do the little pockets or envelopes on the inside. And now I have decorated it, and I have used the bling and the patina leaf charm that came in the kit, and some of the lace trims. Here's some of the die cuts, one of those dollies. And on the back, I placed another dolly and one of the die cuts in the middle of it. To attach it, I just went through one of these spaces in the lace with a piece of thread, baker's twine kind of stuff that I had in my stash. So this and the vellum that I used on the inside is the only two things that did not come in the September kit. So I attached those with that, and then I used some of that art glitter glue and put back behind it and behind the lace so that it would stay in place, because that has a little bit of weight to it, but it's not too much. And then for this special delivery die cut, I also put that on with some of the art glitter glue. So that's got that lace at the top in a, you know, real sturdy position. It's not going to go anywhere. Okay, then we open it up, and you see there's that circle that we had put on earlier. We open it up, and you can see the back part of the lace there. I'm good with that. There's a piece of 1/8 inch score tape on the back side, and then art glitter glue underneath that. So it's really good and stiff right there. So it's not going anywhere. And then my vellum pockets or envelopes. There they all are, 6 of them. And I've got some inserts, and I just put some die cuts on them, and then I cut some of the little cut aparts that has the little postcards and things. I cut those apart and put them down in there. And each one, there's one of those burlap tags that comes in the kit, and I just put one of those cut apart postcards there at the top of that one. The next one, same thing. I put a die cut on the back side of it. This one, some of the die cut, and I just kind of tore it. I couldn't even think of the word. And put that there. And I just put the different tidbits at different spaces, just so that when you flip through it, they're all in, you know, back and forth and then straight across. So this one was on this side, and then the next one I put on the opposite side, kind of like an index. And there's the rest of that die cut in that envelope. Okay, and then there's another one of those burlap tags. And I added some more of the paper and one of those tickets to the top of that one. And then the last one, I put one of those handwritten cut aparts that was in the paper stack. Put that there. So that's what that looks like. All kind of accordioned out. And you can add even more to that. You can add pictures if you want, journaling, whatever you would like. So that is my Matchbook mini album. And it measures, let me get my bow straight here. It measures 4.5 by 5.5 is the finished measurement, and it's got that 1/2 inch spine there at the top. So there it is. I will have you some still shots at the end of this video, and I thank you so much for stopping by my channel today and checking out what I did with the September kit from scrapbookingwithme.com. Y'all have a great day. Bye, y'all.